Good morning. It's March 22nd, 2023, Wednesday. This will probably be my last Facebook live message for at least a couple of days. I'm going to be pretty busy getting ready for my in-person conference with the Minnesota Board of Medical Practice on Friday, March 24th. That'll be at 12:30. It's a private affair. There's no public allowed, and it will be in person, and it will not be allowed to be live streamed or anything like that. So I appreciate so many thoughts and prayers. But I want to just answer a question that's been coming up a lot. And people have asked me, Dr. Jensen, you're not young, you're 68, and you've practiced medicine for some 40 years. Why don't you just give up the ghost? Why don't you just retire and ride off into the sunset? And I've told my wife that I'm plenty willing to have a serious discussion about retirement when I turn 80. So in 12 years, I think that that's a reasonable time for me to have that discussion. And Mary's comfortable with that. But I had the chance this morning with a patient to really have it crystallized for me in a way that I thought I could share with you why it matters so darn much to me. I love being a family doctor. I don't want to stop being a family doctor. I don't want to stop making house calls. I had a delightful patient in this morning. We talked about the fact that she's very possibly going to be one of my patients that makes it to 100 years of age. In less than a month, she'll turn 97. She's got grandchildren and great-grandchildren. She's got great-great-grandchildren. I told her after our visit was done that I'd see her in a year, and she said, no. She said, I'd just as soon not be back for another visit. I want to die. My friends are passed away, and I don't want to be a burden. Now, this is a lady who is incredibly with it, and she said I could talk about her as long as I kept her specific identity anonymous, de-identified, if you will. But she told me that she wants to last through the winter. And I told her there's no evidence that she won't last through numerous winters. And she said, no, this one has been a bad winter. She wants to be done with winters. This is to be her last. But she wants to get through this winter. And I said, why is that important? She said, well, I want the earth to thaw out so that when they dig my grave, they don't have to dig through the frost. I mean, the lady is just funny. She's got a wisdom that you don't get without living a lot of years. She's got a long family line, a family lifeline, so she does indeed have a great opportunity to potentially live to be one of those triple-digit people. But if something happened to her, she's one of those people that I'd want to get in my car and at the end of the clinic day, go see her. It would probably be easier for me to go to her than for her to come to me. That's the magic of being a family doctor. And I don't know if you're aware of it, but just recently, medical schools across the country had their match day. And match day is when graduating medical students learn where they're going to do their residency, whether it's in family practice or surgery, radiology, or pediatrics. And they find out where they're going to spend the next 3 years of their lives, or maybe 5 years, or maybe 7 years. And I just have, I guess, a message to all of those senior medical students who have matched into a field of primary care in medicine. You have the chance to have an incredible life being a physician for people on an everyday basis. I've had that wonderful life. And I'm not ready to stop having that wonderful career. So in 2 days, I expect to have a fruitful and thoughtful conversation with volunteer members from the population of Minnesota who serve on the Minnesota Board of Medical Practice. We're going to have a conversation, and we're going to talk about all the things that have happened over the last 3 years. And we're going to talk about the practice of medicine. We're going to talk about free speech. We're going to talk about professional conduct. And I'm confident that we're going to come to some understanding. At least that's my prayer. And I want to say thank you for all of your prayers. These have been challenging times, and it's up to each and every one of us to engage fully and participate in the American experiment of a democratic republic. God bless you.